slowly.
Hey guys, welcome. We're back with some new exciting content. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe and also press the bell icon so then you will be notified when we post a video. Also, please hit the like button.
Hey guys, welcome back. So if you read the title, is Amazon crumbling? Amazon is not crumbling. Uh, the reason I wrote the topic as that is because of these few articles that I read yesterday, and something that happened about a week or so ago with reference to Amazon. So the very first article that we're going to talk about in today's episode is the article that is written in in the Verge. So where European Competition Commission has opened a formal antitrust investigation into Amazon to investigate whether the company is using sales data to gain an unfair advantage over a small seller on the marketplace. I don't have to say much about this. I think everybody that sells on Amazon knows that Amazon keep tracks of what sells on its platform and how good the niche is and what the customers are looking for. So we'll see how this thing is going to pan out in the longer term. Amazon is it's a big company. As I said in my previous video, Amazon is like 40% of the market share, so we definitely don't want Amazon to go anywhere. But we want to have the playing field to be equal between us and Amazon. We understand that we are on Amazon platform, but I think this would help us gain some momentum on Amazon, where we would have maybe a little more say. But we'll see how it turns out. This is just a starting. So guys, this article, we're going to put a link in the description below. So I will recommend that you definitely go about reading this article, because this is an interesting article talking about what European Competition Commission is looking into with reference to Amazon and what Amazon is doing with the data it collects. The second article is the article that I actually read first yesterday, and when I read it, I was in a sense a bit excited, and that's why I decided to do this video. That article, you can find it on ENGADGET, ENGADGET. On this site, again, I'm gonna have the description in the link in the description below. So please read this article. So the title of this article reads something like this: Amazon will change its rules for third-party sellers following backlash. If you have remember my first video, I had mentioned that I am in a number of different Facebook groups where the focus of those groups are reselling, and everybody that does selling, they are selling on, for the most of them are selling on Amazon. So yesterday we were all talking about that in those groups, that I think this is a very good news for third-party sellers. Personally, the way I look at this, I'm looking at a light at the end of the tunnel. So I think if in the near future, I think we will see some fairness how Amazon deals with third-party seller, and I'm very excited about this. Again, I'm gonna have the link in the description below. So I would recommend that you do go about reading it. I'm just gonna read just a few lines, so you get an idea as to what to look for when you look at this article. Now, it says something like Germany antitrust authority have agreed to drop a 7-month investigation into Amazon merchant terms after Amazon said it would amend its business service agreement. This new term, which will take effect within 30 days. Now, Amazon is not just doing that in Germany. Amazon said that it will do that worldwide. It says Germany has forced Amazon to change its attitude, and the retailer will now be overhauling its terms of services for third-party merchant worldwide. So that's the key word, worldwide. If they were to just do it in Germany, then those of us in the U.S. we would have a problem. But I think this will be very interesting to see how it's going to pan out in the next 30 days or 60 days. We'll see. I'm very excited about this. So that's another thing that I will recommend that you go about reading it. The third article that I read, it is on CNN Business, where CNN Business is talking about how these these authorities look into these big companies to make sure that they're not they're not the monopoly, they're not taking over and not have any competition. They did that with Microsoft, they did that with Apple, and now they're thinking to do that with Amazon as well. And the article just tells you a little bit about what's actually happening in the world of antitrust and Amazon. Again, the link will be in the description below, so please go about reading it. This will give you an idea is what's actually happening in the world of Amazon. And I know we live in the U.S. and I think our politician should have our back. But as I read these articles, I feel that our politicians are the slowest when it comes to that. So they've been looking at this and they haven't done anything in the last 15 years to make sure that there is not a monopoly. The other thing I wanted to point out is if you're keeping track of the political environment that we are in right now, we have a Democratic candidate, Elizabeth Warren. I remember her mentioning something about Amazon, how if she were to get elected as a president, she will stop Amazon from selling on its own platform. So Amazon will have the option to sell Amazon.com to somebody, or so that they can sell on the platform, or they will not be able to sell on the platform at all. So Amazon, so that's an interesting, that's very interesting for me, because I feel that in order for us to have a equal playing field, Amazon either sell on their manage just the site, or just be a seller on a platform that is managed by someone else. So that's another good article for you to read. And the last, not the least, that is related to this one article, and that article is on In These Times. And this article says something like, is Amazon violating U.S. antitrust laws? This law student thinks he has evidence. Now, I read this article, and some of the things this student is mentioning, I think what things that he's pointing out are real things. How this thing is going to pan out, how people are going to look into this, it's another story. But we'll see how our antitrust authorities are going to look into this and see how they can have Amazon start following some of these rules that are set in place for everyone else. Please, if you are in the world of Amazon, I would recommend that read these articles. They will give you a good understanding, good grasp of what's happening and how it is going to benefit you and I in the long term as a third-party seller. With that said, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I hope you liked the video.
Subscribe to our channel, please, and click the bell icon.
Thank you. Please stay safe. We'll be back with another episode with some exciting content again in a day or two. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you. Goodbye.